All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin. I am your host, Vays. Coming to you live this Saturday from San Jose, Costa Rica. And college football started, though that started last week. NFL starts this week. I'm actually keeping an eye on that score. I can't believe Texas just went up 2 points on Alabama with a minute and a half to go. It would be awesome to see Alabama lose. Not a fan of Alabama. As you guys know, I am a Florida State fan, so that team has been in the dumpster for about a decade now. Hopefully one day they'll climb out of it. But based on their choice of coaches, since Jimbo Fisher decided to leave for Texas A&M, it just gets worse and worse and worse. Man. Anyway, let's go to the Bitcoin charts and see what's going on. Welcome everyone that is spending their Saturday watching this channel. All right. I am keeping an eye on that Alabama-Texas game. I think this is huge. Number one ranked team. I mean, Texas, it's kind of silly that Texas is not ranked. They're a good team. But clearly, in hindsight, they're a good team, but should have been ranked before this. And yeah, I do pay attention to college football, especially. I may not have time to watch it, but I pay attention to it. I'll keep you posted on that game. I mean, that's actually huge if Alabama loses to Texas. That's Jimmy Song will be happy. The University of Texas is in Austin. I've watched him speak at the University of Austin as well, so it's great. Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely rooting for Texas in this match. Though I think Alabama just got like 25 yards, so looks like Texas is going to end up losing this game. They left way too much time on the clock. Yeah, they're already on the Texas 42. That's insane. I'm like preoccupied with the game. Yeah, that's what happens when you take the lead with a minute and a half to go. You couldn't leave like 30 seconds left. 35 seconds. I guess they missed a play. Oh. They didn't miss a play, but first down Alabama. 35 seconds to go in the game. All right. Let's talk about slightly more important things, and that is Bitcoin. Let me get your live chat up. I actually haven't done that yet. I'm sure there'll be questions about, the US banning mining and all this other nonsense. All right, let's see what we got. There's nothing wrong with watching sports. I think an addiction to sports is a problem. There's nothing wrong about watching sports. I like playing sports personally. How much do you think the Fed can interest rates? I don't understand that question. I think you missed a word there. We are in mourning in the UK. Yes, you are. Did you guys see those headlines that the Prince Charles is exempt from paying the 40% inheritance tax? That headline cracked me up. That headline really cracked me up. So everyone else has to pay a 40% inheritance tax, but not the richest person in the UK. That person is exempt from paying the inheritance tax. That is funny. That is funny. That is clown world. Like, if inheritance tax is a problem for the richest person, why isn't it a problem for every other person? How much do I think the Fed can raise interest rates? The Fed can raise interest rates to 25%, right? You guys have to phrase your questions properly. Like the Fed can raise interest rates to anything. There are two questions to ask. Tone, what should the Fed raise interest? What amount should the Fed raise interest rates? And Tone, what do you think the Fed will raise interest rates? I think the Fed will raise 50 basis points, which is 0.5%. The Fed should only raise it 25 basis points, which is 0.25%. Let's see what happens. And Alabama won. And Alabama's about to win. 15 seconds to go. They're like on the 15-yard line, and they're about to kick a field goal. Texas, you are terrible. You don't deserve to win this game. Deserve to lose. Deserve to go 0-10 the rest of the season for this. Yeah, hold on one second. Yeah, I'm talking about the game here with my friend at the office here in Costa Rica. I don't know, I'm just waiting until they kick that field goal, and then we're gonna move on with the analysis. Tone, would you continue DCAing into Bitcoin or stop and wait for a good entry to go hard? No, you DCA into Bitcoin. Like, unless you know how to trade, you DCA. Yeah, even mentioning Richard Hart in my live chat usually gets you banned from live chat. But I don't think any of my moderators are on. Oh no, they are. Mel and it's Hard. They're both here. Yep, it's over. Alabama won. Oh well. Nice try, Texas. All you had to do was burn an extra minute on the clock in the fourth quarter, and you couldn't do it. All right. Let's talk charts real quick, and then I'm gonna move on with my day. So here we are. As I've been saying for months, this is the month I'm expecting to be the final low in this bear market. As of next month, I expect prices to start rising. What I don't know is whether this month is going to give us a new monthly low close, a new monthly swing low, or neither. That part I do not know. But this MRI buy has perfectly called bottoms in two prior bear markets. So I am not going to assume it'll be different this time. And here we are. Weekly chart. The weekly chart has given us a nice positive candle. This is, of course, nothing special whatsoever. And until it breaks both moving averages, I am not going to consider this to be any kind of a serious move in the bullish direction. Of course, as this grinds away, September is ending. So one of these two things have to give. Either we rally above these moving averages, or we start to fall hard next week. Our allocation chart also needs to get above all the moving averages. Otherwise, I am not entering any bullish positions. Our daily chart has not gone anywhere either. We are still completely stuck in this channel and under the moving averages. Our hourly chart is probably the only really bullish chart that I've looked at so far. We have just broken, and I did not even know that, we have just broken the prior swing high on the hourly basis. That is a very good bullish sign. And we consolidated at the top, and that is an indication that this weekend might be a very nice weekend. Frenchy French comments, it's funny how trades with an extremely obvious setup in crypto tend to go the opposite direction, almost always getting easy to call. Yes and no, okay? Yes and no, because right here, the move was to the downside, and then it like flirted with the upside, but then it still crashed, right? And then here, same thing is happening. So, and the same thing happened in the past. If we go all the way back to that my famous bear call in 2018, every time I thought we were ready to crash down to 5,000 and lower, I thought it would happen here, and then I thought it would happen here, and then I thought it would happen here, and then eventually it happened. This triangle is not right. Why would this triangle should be different? That's not how I draw my triangles, which is weird because I would have drawn this triangle. No one else draws on my charts. This is how I would have drawn the triangle. The purpose of like the proper way to draw a triangle, even a little bit higher, is I like straight lines here. That's how to draw the triangle. It's weird that it has such a big gap. So the way to draw triangles, and I teach this in my TA course that you can purchase from Vays.com, is that you draw a line that touches the maximum number of candles without breaking any bodies. And by drawing the line right at the bottom of these bodies, we're suddenly touching additional candles, like this one and this one, and this wick going below it doesn't really matter. So looking at this triangle, I thought we were going to crash down to 5,000 here, and everyone laughed at me. And then I thought it was going to happen here, and everyone laughed at me. And then I thought it was going to happen here, everyone laughed at me. And then right here, nobody was laughing anymore, right? So, yeah, did the beta change or something? What the hell? I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe the beta changed? I have no idea. Maybe I changed the picker here and it was an index. Maybe it was a different index before. I have no idea. Right. And so it keeps not doing what it's supposed to do until it eventually does. So, like, same thing here, right? Look at this horizontal line. And then even here, like, hey, we broke it, we're going up, and then we didn't. But then eventually we did. And like up, out, and we're up and up and up and up. So, yeah, the obvious trade here was a big drop, but that doesn't mean that the big drop will not happen next week or the week after. which is why I'm not interested in bullish trades at all right now, because I've seen this movie play out many times. I was way more interested in a bullish play here of this green star candle. That seemed way more promising to me. This doesn't. It'll look promising to me only after we establish 25,000 as the new floor. Then it's going to become interesting. I do like the samurai buy on the GBTC. And once the bull market takes off, man, do I expect this discount to evaporate. Oil closed weak, but not terrible. So still think it has some upside. Gold's not interesting. The stock market closed well. As you guys know, I am fairly bullish. I'm not going to talk about silver. That's pretty much it. So new numbers came out. We have drained an additional 7 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserve. And we have been averaging about 20 million barrels of oil a month drawn from the strategic reserve. This cannot go on indefinitely. And eventually this is going to be a huge problem. And once this reserve runs out, you will see the price of oil spike so quickly. Tone, can you look at TLT? I can. We can go and take a look at bonds and yields. Well, I anticipated bonds to go down in price because I anticipated rise in interest rates. So whatever arrows I drew, and I always draw my arrows on the day as of the candle that I draw it. So I expected a rise, and then I expected a fall, and this is a catastrophic looking chart. Wow, look at that. Should have paid attention more to this. And we just broke very critical low here. Now, why are we looking at daily charts? Should we look at weekly charts? Trying to see why would I draw that arrow? There had to be an MRI buy somewhere. Maybe monthly? Ah, there we go. See MRI buy. MRI buy came a little too late, started rallying here. Let's go to the weekly chart. Yeah, this is not good. This is bad. I can move this line up. And there is an acceleration line coming. Yeah, it's not looking good. The yield is going to go higher. We can look at a 10-year yield. Yep, so you can see boom, boom. I expected the yield to contract a bit and then rise significantly. Significantly. And there it is. Hey, Tone, can you tell us what you believe about how intermittent fasting should be practiced? Man, that's a long discussion. I haven't read the book. There's a really good book. I'm going to Google for the book. Fasting. Let me find this book. Yeah, here's the book. So if you want to know about fasting, you gotta go and read this. All right. So go and read this book. Ultimate Guide to Fasting. There's the book you want to read. So, oh yeah, this is me looking up meat. Oh yeah, that's the book you really want to read. So, I pretty much fast every day, but I'm also not working out right now. So, because I'm not working out right now, I'm eating once a day. When I work out and I work out hard, I usually eat twice a day, and then I'll try to do like a 1 or a 2-day fast. When will those Mt. Gox Bitcoins hit the market? Never. Probably never. I mean, I'm under the assumption that the answer is never. When the last person with a claim has died of old age at this point, that's when they're going to hit the market. No thoughts on the monthly 128 MA. No thoughts on Michael Saylor. I mean, stop letting Michael Saylor buy all the Bitcoin. That's all I can say. I mean, I believe most taxes are just immoral, so I have no problem with anyone, paying $3 to get out of a $25 million tax debt. I morally do not have a problem with that. I think the only tax that a government should have is a consumption tax. That's it. Only tax. Done. No income tax, no wealth tax, no inheritance tax, no none of it. None of them. Consumption tax. Sales tax on non-necessities. That's it. Like no tax on food, right? But if you want to buy a yacht, you pay a tax. If you want to buy a luxury car, you pay a tax. This way, if you can afford nice things, you pay a tax. It's the only fair tax. Stop taxing poor people. If you want to buy a yacht, pay the tax on buying the yacht one time. That's it. Done. It's the only fair tax. Why pay taxes when the Fed can just print the money? Technically, the Treasury prints the money, but yes, you are right, sir. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys. I do like this 1 hour candle, though. Oh, in case anyone's wondering, yes, Ukraine is having a massive offensive. They have been pretty much pushing Russia back. So think of it as a 15-round old school boxing fight where Russia attacked first. They won round 1. Ukraine fought them back and saved Kiev. Ukraine won round 2. Then Russia won rounds 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And Ukraine appears to be winning round 8. Now, I don't think this is going to amount to Ukraine winning the bout. But they certainly did damage over here. And they definitely pushed Russia back. So let's see what happens next. Because Russia ain't losing. They're not losing. They can't. They can't lose. It is impossible. Russia loses, everybody dies. It's just the reality of the situation. So the Kherson offensive turned out to be more like a Kharkiv offensive, which we can applaud Ukraine for, pretending like the big offensive is going to be in the south, while in reality the big offensive took place in the north. And Russia is going to re-strategize, and they're going to regroup, and they're going to bring in more troops. And I expect them to take this area back. But I am watching the situation, and Ukraine can prove me wrong. Thoughts on Ethereum merge? I try not to waste my brain cells thinking about the new socialist state of proof of stake Ethereum. Thoughts on the Bitcoin influencers banging on about the sovereign individual book, but not even respecting their own bodily sovereignty by taking the. I mean, look, everyone to each their own. Like, anyway, all right, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.